So for me, chapter 3 of Coontz brought up a few points. I thought it was interesting how there were like three theories about how marriage has developed over the years. But the bottom line is that you shared because then you're interdependent on each other and you share to like gain ability to hunt in those lands or survive in those lands. So the bottom line is you share resources and wealth, and marriage was just a way to kind of facilitate that and build those kinship ties, as we've already talked about. Over time, though, as people have become more independent and less reliant upon others for their meat and sharing, this has made some families become wealthier than other families, and that has led to the increase in using marriage as a political tie, as a political reason. So it could lead to the marrying of people in your own sphere instead of marrying people of other classes. And it's kind of like the increase of property led to the class system, and the class system led to marriage as being like super precise. You can marry this person, you can't marry that person. It's kind of how I'm interpreting it, which I thought was really interesting, like how economics and political structures have shaped what marriage is. So like marriage is there to like sexual structure our sexual things that we do in society, but also because of what's going on in society, like economics and social classes. So the increase in wealth led to an increase in selectivity of who they marry, and the importance of children who are legitimate and children who are illegitimate. So it matters now who inherits your lands, and I thought that was really interesting that wasn't always the case. And I think Coontz brings up a really interesting point towards the end of the chapter, that like how do we organize our rights and expectations in society to match up with our expectations of marriage. And clearly that's going to evolve as we go along, as it has already evolved. So I thought this chapter was really interesting. I thought it was kind of weird, all the theories. But yeah, I think it's interesting how everything plays into this concept of marriage, which is really more practical than I at first thought when I went into this class.